You don't realise how serious it gets until it gets serious. We badgered our teachers into putting every single PowerPoint on Teams. It's hard to be around a group that is so careless when you are so driven. Now, what a topic I like speaking about. If they're gonna slack, they're gonna slack. Let that be their problem. Hello. I thought we would talk today about sixth form because I've been out of sixth form now for, God, too long. 4 months. Obviously, I got my results back in August, and if you didn't know, I did sociology, psychology and law. In sociology I got a B, and in the other two I got a C. We're averaging there, I think. Sorry, this is gonna, I feel like I'm gonna have to adjust myself a bit. I'm gonna give you some tips in general on school life, sixth form life, especially exam season, because I feel like that's coming up. Year 13 is so full on, and my first piece of advice, I think, which is very, very important, is the most important piece of advice you'll hear today, is give yourself grace. Please be nice and kind to yourself. Please. I mean that because we get so caught up in the stress, in the exams, in teachers, in friends, in everyday life, our personal life. So if you're working a job, if you're doing driving lessons, which obviously most of us will be, it's so hard to just take a minute and breathe, write in a journal, talk to yourself. I know that might sound a bit, woohoo, but genuinely just find an outlet, either that's talking to someone, but preferably I would say you need time to yourself, away from life, having baths, as I said, journaling, taking time for yourself, sitting down in bed and watching your comfort show, eating your comfort food. I feel like you need to consistently have time for yourself because school life is so stressful, and obviously everyone says, well, that's going to be the easiest years of your life. Even if it is, it's still a fucking mental toll. My first piece of advice for sixth form, but this is obviously, these can apply to school in general, so take these as you want. It's okay to distance from friends, especially during exam season. You notice, and I got told this by my head of year, that people do segregate. And a good reason for that would be like some people just don't focus. Some people aren't as bothered about getting high grades, or maybe some people just naturally do better. And it's hard to be around a group that is so careless when you are so driven. And I feel like taking yourself away from that group and sitting somewhere else in a quiet room, just saying, oh, I'm going to go here at lunch and just study alone. Because sometimes people don't have a home environment where they can revise and be focused, because I would know, like, I live in a family of 5 children. It's really hard to really knuckle down and focus. Like, you can put headphones on or like music, but then obviously sometimes the music's a bit distracting, and it's just, if you don't have a peaceful home environment, don't let other people at school like just take that away from you, because ultimately it's your life and your dreams and your goals that you're working for, not theirs. And if they're going to slack, they're going to slack. Let that be their problem. You do not have to go to uni. Now, what a topic I like speaking about. I feel like this is very controversial. Some people will say, go to uni because why not? Some people will say, don't go because it's a waste of time, waste of money. Of course, the money part, I don't think the money is a main concern. Obviously, if you get a degree, the money's not going to hold you down. It's not going to hold you down from getting any loans, getting a mortgage, getting a car, getting anything. Sometimes it's just better not to go and wait it out. And then if you really want to go, go. If you don't need to go, don't go. Don't let anyone, God forbid, don't let anyone pressure you into doing anything. Like, absolutely not. Do not let anyone pressure you into going to uni, going to do a certain job, a certain apprenticeship. The same goes the other way. If you're wanting to do a job, a career, and someone is saying, no, that's silly, or no, I don't think that's worth it, that pays really awfully, like, just know that your dream is your dream and your life is your life. Once you get to a certain age, people can't be telling you left, right and centre what to do. When you get to 16 is obviously where you take off sort of in your job, in your career, whatever you want to do. So that's the age where you need to kind of go, no, this is what I want to do and this is how I want to get there. And also it's okay not to know what to do. I promise that's fine. It's okay not to know. I do feel lost. I do feel like I've not got really much direction when I know my direction It's just going to take me forever and ever and ever to get there. Everything will work out, everything happens for a reason, everything will happen in its right time. What's meant for you will come to you, you know? And I know those are such cliche things, but it is true. Use your free periods. Come on, sixth form, use your free periods. Unless it's fifth, I fully support going home if you can. I feel like we do mess around a lot. And year 12 honestly is that year to do a bit of fucking around, but year 13 isn't. There's no room for it. There's no room to be fucking around, because you'll think, oh okay, I'll start seriously revising in January. January rolls around, February rolls around, March you've got mocks, April you've got fuck all time, May you start your exams. Have some frees where you either go home, talk to a teacher, talk to your friends, maybe play a game. You don't realise how serious it gets until it gets serious. Use the summer holidays in between year 12 and 13 to really start learning that content. If you haven't done it by year 12, do it in the summer holidays. And if you're in year 13 right now, start knuckling down now. That's all I can say, because I didn't until about March, which is horrific. Don't do that. I got BCC. I do think I could have got higher if I revised more. I do think so. I do think my potential was BBB. The A levels you thought you was going to do really good at, you might do really shit at, and that's the reality of it. Take mental health days. Obviously, I've kind of already gone over this, but please take mental health days where you think it's necessary. Do not overdo it, obviously, but I do think you do need them days where you do nothing but look after yourself. You eat the right foods. You maybe go to the gym, maybe just get a bit of that, like, stress out, you know? Do something that makes you feel productive, but also makes you feel good, makes you feel like after that day you think, yeah, I've had a good day, you know? Even if that's taking yourself shopping and getting like a new pair of jeans or a new jacket for school, anything. I did say don't go to uni if you don't want to go, but I would highly suggest applying to UCAS otherwise, despite how you might feel about uni, because I applied very, very late minute. I think I applied like a few days before the deadline. I obviously didn't end up going, but I was gonna go until August. So yeah, things can change so quickly, and especially at this age, you are starting to mature, grow. Your values and morals and kind of traditions, or like your outlook on life will start to change at this age. Sometimes it doesn't, but a lot of the time, like, you do start to mature a little bit. It's basically like a transition phase, an age where you're like starting to become your own person and really figure out who you are as a person, your identity and that sort of stuff. This time will pass. If you're in exam season right now, I know year 11 also will be going into exam season. This time will pass and you'll be in my situation looking back on it. And what I can say is GCSEs are so little. Like when you get out of it, you really realise I panicked so much, but I was okay. I got through it. Same with A levels. I've never been so stressed in my life, and I want to preach that A levels are not to be taken lightly. I think you only do them if you kind of know your passions, or you know what you want to maybe do later in life, because they are hard and a lot of people did drop out. If you are me or of a few other people that left it way too late, create a schedule. Create a schedule that is strict. And you might not be a schedule person, but that's all I can really do for you, because if you just keep going like la la, like just keep plodding along, you'll regret it. Learn the content as you are taught it. So obviously this applies like at any age. As soon as you are taught that content, girl, learn it. If you don't understand it, send an email to your teacher. They can give you more resources. Like obviously they have like maybe the class PowerPoint. We badgered our teachers into putting every single PowerPoint on Teams, every single one of them, especially psychology. We were like, put that, can you put it on Teams? Is it on Teams? Is it on Teams? You know, when are you going to put it on Teams? We did that all the time because we needed that support, and it's okay to ask for help. Like, you are well in your right to ask for help. It does not make you any less smart. It does not bring any less value to you as a student. They won't think, God, she's annoying. Like, the more support you ask for, the better. And also with any essay-based subjects, please write essays and give them in to get marked, and then they will give you feedback and then improving it and stuff like that. I didn't do that too much, but I think that is a really, really, really good and efficient way to do it. Teachers are there to help, you know, especially in exam season. How you do is a reflection on how they taught you. So you're only helping them out, okay? Drama still exists in sixth form, and you might think, year 13? Yes, yes it does. Just be wise with who you hang out with by that age, because I think you're all like gonna go your separate ways anyway when it comes to the end of the year. I think sometimes the exam stress in year 13 kind of humbles people and they think, right, we need to actually get on with it now. So it's okay to let people go, and it is kind of like sad because they're the last of your school friends. You might want to hold on to people kind of for the sake of it, kind of because it's like, oh, I've been friends with them for so long. But really, when you get out of that, they've moved away, you have no contact, and sometimes you should distance yourself before that kind of happens anyway. It's okay not to have friends, honestly. It's really okay. I was always on my own, I was very independent, and I just tried to embrace that, really, thinking I'm strong for doing this by myself. You know, I didn't have to, but I did, and that's the reality of it. I just want to emphasize looking after yourself while you're at school. There is so much more mental health issues that are coming from school, so much more bullying, because obviously there's like cyberbullying, online bullying, as well as in person. So looking after yourself and just being nice to people. If you do see someone sitting by themselves, just ask how they are, because they might feel a bit too embarrassed to have a full-on conversation with you. So maybe just ask how they are and be like, yeah, and be like, see you around sort of thing. I know you might think there's nothing good about my life at the moment, but there are good things coming for you. There's always something in like round the corner. Yeah, I really hope you all enjoyed, and I really hope this helps someone, because that is my goal with this channel. I really want to build a community where we are so supportive, we are so helpful, we are so tight-knit. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next Friday.